Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, here to react to the Raptors' 108-93 win against the Sacramento Kings. We have a solo podcast here today, as Ryker and I are trying to get through the exam season, as I'm sure some of our listeners are as well, but the Raptors have been helping out with that a lot, I must say, playing some really great basketball these past couple of weeks. So let's just dive straight into the action, and the Raps had a really good game against the Kings. The Kings came out very aggressive. They played some of their best defense of the season, and they hit a lot of their shots open. They weren't missing much. George Hill, Garrett Temple, and Bogdan Bogdanovic had really, really good games for the Kings. So they were by no means a pushover game for the Raptors, despite the 15-point win. So the Raptors, no one really took over the game as individually. No one really, put in 30 or had an insane game, but the whole team collectively played really, really well. The first person I guess we'll talk about is Jonas Valanciunas. As of late, he's been very great despite a kind of a rough start to the season. He didn't shoot the ball too well from the field, considering Jonas is usually around 60-70% from the field. He only shot 3 for 10 today, but he finished with 13 points and 16 rebounds. So this was big for the Raptors today, as Serge Ibaka was out with a sore knee, I believe. So nothing too serious, but yeah, Serge was out. So we needed our big man to really step up, and JV did that with 16 boards, which is big going against the Kings. Even though they're not the greatest team, they have a lot of size up front. Guys like Willie Cauley-Stein and Kosta Koufos, and even Georgios Papagiannis. Some good names on that team. But Jonas held his own, really controlled the glass, and it was great to see. Another guy that played really, really well was OG Anunoby. It's just awesome to have a small forward that knocks down his open shots and can play phenomenal defense, right? When you have guys like DeMar and Lowry, you don't need another guy on the wing to really need to take over. You just need a guy that can hit his open shots and be a consistent threat out on the floor. And OG has been that and more this season. That's been a huge help for the Raptors this season. OG finished the night with 11 points and 3 rebounds, 2 steals, but as we say every podcast, OG's impact on the floor isn't always shown through the box score, and it seems like every time he was guarding one of the other wings on the other team, he had the lockdown D, just true force out there. Our backcourt was also really, really great tonight. DeMar had 21 points. Another kind of a weird shooting night, 6 for 17, but down the stretch, when we needed a bucket, DeMar was able to get it for us, and he also had 5 assists, So DeMar just out on the court being a playmaker. That's what we need from our top offensive guy. And Lowry had 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists, 2 steals. It's just awesome to be able to have 2 players that are going to give you constant production on a nightly basis. You know that they're going to be top-notch, going to be some of the best players on the floor every night. And that's something not a lot of teams in the NBA have, right? And that's not something we should take for granted. DeMar and Lowry have been awesome this season and awesome for the past 4 years, and shout out to our backcourt. Great. Just appreciation to the all-star backcourt we have on our roster. Some other players, another name, Norman Powell. We've been talking about how Norman Powell has struggled as of late. Last game he kind of had a bounce-back game, and it continued into tonight. Norman Powell with 14 points, right on 5 of 5 shooting, 100% from the floor. When Norm plays within himself, he's a phenomenal basketball player. And I think he's just, with injuries and all that, just getting back in the groove, Rotations are a bit weird, we have so many wings, we have so many everything, right? The Raptors are such a deep team this year. And Norm's just feeling his way. And I don't think we should get too down, high or low on any of these players. And Norm's proven that. He's, playing like the Norm we've grown to love over the past couple of years. So shout out to Norm for getting out of that slump and giving great production against these teams. We haven't played the greatest competition yet, but the Raptors have played really well. Fred had a great night. 7 points. Yak with 9 points. Just all around great performance for the Raptors. It was kind of a weird game. Sacramento came out and played well, and we needed all the players on the roster to do well for us. So I guess we'll go straight into the segments. So first, for the play of the day. So during the end of the game, the Raptors were looking, just looking for a possession to ice the game, right? Around 6, 8, 10 points, right? The Kings were still kind of in it, but the Raptors were in control. We needed a play to just get us that win, right? Guarantee the dub. Bring out the salami and cheese. Well, so it was a weird possession, kind of all over the place. Fred got doubled and kind of threw an erratic pass to Jonas in the paint, who just threw it up and got blocked. Fred got the rebound and had to chuck up a Hail Mary kind of one-footed jump shot and banged it. Closed the game for the Raptors. So that's what I call the play of the day for the Raptors against the Sacramento Kings. So shout out to Fred for hitting that jumper. And yeah, and all plays can't be good. So there's some that just make you say, oh geez. So for the OGs play the night today, it goes to DeLon Wright and Pascal Siakam. So they started off this possession, really good. The Raptors just started to amp up their defense, right? The bench unit came out, and Siakam got the steal on a pass and threw it up to DeLon Wright. DeLon Wright came down the lane, and doesn't really have his game feel yet. He's still playing really well, like DeLon Wright always does, but he's still not back into that perfect form. So he came in, had a layup, got swatted, right? But Siakam's there, Siakam's always there to get the rebound. Came in and missed a bunny put back at the rim, but then he gets it again. He gets into the spot that, no NBA players miss, right at the 45-degree angle to the hoop. Just put it in off the glass and misses the layup again. Right? Siakam played well tonight. He had 8 rebounds and lots of hustle, 3 blocks. Siakam, doing Siakam things, but the touch wasn't really there tonight. 1 for 9, and that was on display during this OG's play of the game. And this is a decent segue to our last segment, the DeMarre Carroll Gold Star Award. I hate to be piling up on Pascal, but Siakam is getting the DeMarre Carroll Gold Star Award tonight. And not because of his field goal shooting, it's more of a cumulative Gold Star Award. Siakam, I've been talking about his three-point shoot. We've been talking about his three-point shooting on the podcast, how we were really looking forward to it going into the season, because he was such a good shooter for the 905 last season. He was hitting threes in the summer league, and in the preseason he was knocking them down. Siakam, proved he could kind of shoot it, but the past couple weeks, the three has not been going in. So I don't know. We'd like to see Siakam hit a few more of his threes. He went 0 for 2 again tonight, and we know that's Siakam's out there for his defense and his energy and all that, but his finishing and his speed. Like, Siakam's an awesome player, but I'd like that little icing on the cake. We're getting greedy on wins like this, so Siakam with the DeMarre Carroll Gold Star Award, but kind of a reach tonight. So, Raptors handily beat a team that they should beat, and there's not much else to talk about. CJ Miles started, and the starting lineup looked good, as it has been for the past few weeks now. He hit 2 threes, and CJ Miles has been great all year as well. I know the Raptors, just appreciation to the Raptors. I was looking at our record, and we are on pace for a 59-win season as of right now. That's phenomenal. That if we can continue this, I know it might be unrealistic to expect us to win 59 games, but I think our team has been really, really good. And I'm just giving a shout out to the Toronto Raptors. Really nice win tonight. Really nice season so far. Really just awesome year. And one final thing. Tonight was likely Vince Carter's last ever game playing against the Toronto Raptors and playing in the ACC. So just a shout out to, well, it might not be for first, because it seemed like in Vince Carter's later years he's turned himself into a robot, as he's 41 years old and still being a productive player in the NBA. So shout out to Vince for still being that guy. But yeah, this could be Vince Carter's last game in the playing against the Toronto fans and playing. I know he ended his career in Toronto. Very weird matter. Didn't handle it the best, but Vince was still just an icon in Toronto. He put Toronto basketball on the map. He put basketball in Canada on the map. And, you wouldn't see guys like Andrew Wiggins and Tristan Thompson, Kelly Olynyk and Corey Joseph, and even future guys like R.J. Barrett who are coming up, just leaders in Canada basketball without Vince. So, even though his tenure ended weird, that doesn't negate from all the things he did for the Toronto Raptors and Canada basketball as a whole. So, shout out to Vince. Shout out to Vince Carter. Just a living legend in Toronto and in the NBA. Half man, half amazing. So, just nice to see him get that standing out at the ACC. Well, anyways, that's it from me. The Raptors, awesome game, awesome season, as I've said. Keep a lookout for other reaction podcasts, particularly the one against Charlotte in our next game, and keep a lookout for all of their videos. Anyways, thanks everyone out there who are listening and keeping in touch with the Raptors Digest. Thank you.